Anti-vaccination, bitch.
That's how we're starting this podcast off. We got HeartSimpson, Zip-LockFresher, ROTCIV in the cut. We got, he does many different types of things. You all know him. He's been on the show 3 times. This is his 4th time on the show. And he is a member of the Circle of Serpents, Fluid Click, the Northwest Cult at times. You know what I mean? And, yeah, man, what have you been up to today, man? How you been?
Man, I've been fantastic. You know what? Because I woke up today and I was like, you know what? Today's going to be a fantastic day. Today's Sunday. You know what Sunday is?
Yeah, it's Sunday.
No, today's the day of the sun.
Oh, shit.
So that's why, in religious terms, Sunday is the day to practice religious ceremonies because it is the day of sun. Because the Son of God is who? Jesus.
Yes. Yeah. Do you think that has to do with sun worship?
Yes, 100%. And actually, Jesus is based on sun worship because sun worship and paganism and Nordic and Vikingism, that's all before the Bible was written. But the paganism and the Nordic and the Vikingism was all created before the Bible was written because it's literally the voyagers of the land. And the land is of the voyage. So when they say like flat and things like that, like NASA is not another scientific association. That's what NASA stands for. Not another scientific organism, like whatever the A word stands for. I know I sound like I'm out of it, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Because NASA isn't the existence of where man is today. And this all travels down to Sunday.
It all travels down to Sunday.
Is the 7th day.
Yeah. What do you think of Saturday being Saturn Day?
Yes, that is Saturn Day. That is the day of Saturn. Saturn is like a day of reconciling. Saturn is also a realization that there is a what is it? There's a shape. It's like a geometric shape. I can't.
The black cube.
Yeah. There's a black cube that's on Saturn. Saturn's like basically.
Oh, a hexagon. Yeah, you're right. You said that a minute ago. A hexagon on the North Pole.
Yes, that is it's like it's weirdness. But I don't know, it's crazy. Saturn, I think Saturn's like a planet. I think all these planets all mean something, and there's all organisms that live within these planets. We just are like kind of making up what is on these planets because we don't want to discover what's in our oceans. Because our oceans are still undiscoverable. There's still so much stuff in our oceans that's not found. And
there's still explosions happening every couple months if you know where to look.
Yeah, exactly. So like, why are we looking in with it the Earth of what it is? Like, if Earth was hollow, like I have a high belief that the Earth is hollow, and I don't think it's full of molten lava, and I don't think that all this scientific degree of mathematics and criteria of whatever geography, social studies, whatever that is just like literally it's just knowledge for man to get dumber.
Okay, well, yeah, but like, let me give you one that you would totally understand. Is that where do all birds go in the winter?
South
and north. Why do they go there if it's cold?
Right.
And then they go. And then people have added trackers on the birds, and when they put the tracker on the birds, it's like, where the fuck they go? No, the trackers break or some shit, and nobody knows where they went. We know where they went.
Yeah, they went down, into the earth.
Yeah.
Like the moon. You ever read about the hollow moon?
No, I have not read about the hollow moon.
Gotta look up the moon and how it's hollow and how Apollo 13 landed, and they described it vibrating for 13 minutes or so after they landed. So when they landed, it kind of like was like a cymbal and a drum set. It was like,
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know what you're saying, because the theory that relates to another theory, which is probably what you're about to connect that to, and that the theory is that the moon is artificial and created by ETs as a monitoring
yes,
base for humanity.
exactly. And it's like a craft created from a mechanical structure that is greater than our understanding.
Yeah, and also this relates to another theory, and that's the super Earth and the asteroid belt, and the how the asteroid belt used to be a planet that went to war with Mars, and they fled on the moon through like some interdimensional travel or some shit, and then they ended up creating the moon as like an escape vessel. And when they landed on Earth, the shit was like so catastrophic that it like started that it killed the dinosaurs. I don't know, but there's that shit. You might know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, I think the dinosaur theory is an existential trait and a fact. There's like a crater that is in Arizona. It's called Meteor Crater. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it's outside of Winslow, Arizona, and it's also on the outside of the biggest petrified forest in the whole entire world. And a petrified forest is like literally a forest of trees that are literally ancient. So they're millions of years old, and it just looks like rocks laying on the sides, but they're trees that are really old. So kind of near that is called Meteor Crater. And if you look it up online right now, bro, people have the fuck away, because you would think a meteor that size and that creation of crater would be what had caused the extinction of the dinosaurs. Like all this knowledge that we're given today and all this technology that we're given today, we're given a lot of questions. These questions are like trying to be answered through Google. Google will only give us the answers that they want us to know.
Yeah.
So like we only are subjected to a certain amount of information. The real information is embedded in our libraries. Our libraries is literally the key to a lot of the information that we lost.
And it's free, guys.
Yes. And Google starts to like shit on that library source and be like, hey, you don't need to rent that book. Just read it for any information you need through me. But it's still you're paying for this. So it's just like a paying resource corporation trying to steal information and knowledge from you, acknowledging the fact that you can understand exactly what this earth is and what it creates.
Yeah. And you might find some weird shit in the library, like in the encyclopedias, that doesn't add up. You know what I mean? Like that's like why is that there? Like, you know what I mean? Like you might find a little chapter on Admiral Byrd or something like that. You know what I mean?
Hell
like,
yeah, dude. And then the chapter of the Navy ship that went through an interdimensional time phrase where they freaking time warped, and some of their people actually integrated themselves into the genetics of the ship itself, because of the technology that they were using was used to transfer A to B, teleportation device. It was a Navy ship in the 1940s. It was like 1942. And they used a cloaking device to cloak this ship. And all these people that were on that ship got fucked up somehow, except for a couple of people. And they got fucked up so bad that their bodies, like, you know, in Willy Wonka, when the candy bar goes to the machine and it's like little itty bitty pieces and stuff, that's technically what they did. They transferred an entire naval ship in the 1940s and fucking vanished it in thin air, transferred it into and then put it somewhere existing in an ocean far, far away. And it was the first test ever done, and they were able to do it. Technology was provided by who? Aliens. No, I'm just playing. But fucking
yeah.
If you look it up, the people that were on the ship at the time of the transfer of energy literally are in the ship itself. So the movement of energy that transferred them from point to point moved them into the atomic structure of what the walls were. So there was body parts found in walls and like bone fragments found in like ceiling fans and shit like that. It was just like
what the fuck?
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. You can look that shit up. That's in the fucking encyclopedias all over. You look that up on Google and be like, It was a theory provided by people that were in war and they have dementia, so they don't remember everything, and they want to fucking break down what you think you know but you don't know type scenario, like Atlantis.
Yeah, my thing about Atlantis is I have a theory which is provided by spirit science through the Emerald Tablets of Thoth and all of that shit.
And like Plato, huh?
Yeah. So the big theory is that like humanity started in Lemuria. Everybody knows about Lemuria, the theorized content under India, which connected Madagascar, India, and Australia, and it was a giant patch of islands that was huge in this giant continent, right? So that had a bunch of like higher dimensional aliens on that were really like helping us like lead the way and shit. Like Ra was there, like Thoth was there, a bunch of those homies were there. And what happened is basically that island sank, Lemuria, all those islands sank, and then they started new at Atlantis. But what happened is Martians, when they left Mars, they experimented with the Lucifer experiment, which is when you try and disconnect from the universe's energy and go to a completely different direction, which is the negative direction. So what happened is when they tried that experiment, they all started to go into nuclear war with each other, and then they ended up landing in Atlantis after the war. And then what happened is they had to like just go. Everybody Google spirits. Everybody watching Google spirit science history of the of Earth, and you'll figure that shit out. And they cite all their like Sumerian texts, because all this shit comes from the Sumerians, because they were smarter than a motherfucker. But anyways, and then what happened is the Mars went to Atlantis, and they negatively affected everything and fucked everything up, basically. And then what happened is like Atlantis fucking sank and shit after like a big giant like war and shit. And what happened is they fled. The people that fled, they like the war was like so catastrophic that all of the people like they went down a couple like dimensions. Humans went down in like consciousness and shit, and we became dumber and forgot about all of that shit. So what happened is the people that remembered all this shit from Atlantis, which were the aliens like Ra and Thoth, they came to guide us in the right direction, and that's where you get the gods of Sumer and the gods of Egypt, the Babylonian gods. All of them are just people trying to stray us in the right direction.
Yes.
To get back to what we were in Atlantis.
Hell yes. Hey, I'm literally moving rooms because it's like 120 degrees in this car. There's no AC running. I'm just dying right now. It's literally going to take 2 seconds, but I'm letting you know.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Walk where you want. But, I mean, what's your opinion on Atlantis?
My opinion is like this, right? So Plato, everyone knows who Plato is, and if you don't know who Plato is, he's a philosopher from back in the day, like long time ago. And what he did is he was a visual philosopher of the mind.
Hold up, I can't hear you that well.
So he would fall asleep and dream, kind of like Nostradamus.
Reverse of that?
Hold up, I'm grabbing my headphones because I can't hear you whatsoever.
So speak on Plato again. Start from there.
All right, so Plato, I'm still going to talk about face masks because that's just how I am right now. I got some weird issues with my nose and it looks intense.
Oh, good.
But so Plato, what he saw in his description in the dream that he had was a 26-mile radius city that had 4 rings on the inside. And on the center on the inside, it had blue tile and white tile walls. So now if you look into the Eye of the Sahara in Africa of today, you can literally Google map Eye of the Sahara and it looks like an eye tiger. That eye of the tiger, that's Atlantis. That's the remaining of what Plato has exactly said, because if you go exactly to that spot in geometric terms of where Africa is, you could literally find blue and white tile in the center from potteries from back in the days. You could find 4 rings that exterior a 26-mile radius circle.
Oh shit! I'm looking this shit up. What the fuck?
My calculations are correct, bro. That's Atlantis. And the reason why it flooded is because it was on the outside of ancient Egypt, just like you were saying, because it was of ancient Egypt. And that was the promised land that ancient Egypt provided themselves to go to. And if the Mars theory is fact, then that makes more sense, because that projected their anguish to get away from the earth energy and to provide themselves with a different universal energy. And that's what destroyed them, because they were advanced as it was.
And that's another thing I want to talk about, the Hebrews and where they fit in the scenario. The Hebrews are essentially a group of the Lemurians that went into the future and learned extra information, and then they came back to teach the people that information. So they're like an advanced sect of the original Atlanteans and Lemurians. They're like some people that went in the future and then came back. And that's why they're like a bit more touched in with their like, they're a bit smarter and intelligent than people on Earth. That's the theory, is like, and that's why there's a lot of like Hinduistic type of like imagery in like Judaism, like or like Buddhist imagery in Judaism. You can find that shit. Like there's like just certain numbers and like, you know, symbols they all stretch between like all of the different type of like religions and shit like that. Even let's connect this to Christianity. So like for instance, the Lord's Prayer. Lord's Prayer has like 7 different like verses or some shit. 7 it's like it connects to like chakras and shit. You might know what I'm talking about. Hold up, let me find this shit. Yeah, here we go. Yes, here we go. I found it. So it connects to the chakras within the Buddhist shit. So our Father who art in heaven is the crown chakra. The third eye chakra is hallowed be thy name. The throat chakra is thy kingdom come, thy will be done. The heart chakra is on earth as it is on heaven. The solar plexus is give us this day our daily bread and forgive us of our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. The sacral chakra is lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. The root chakra, which is on the bottom, is for thine is the kingdom, the power, and glory forever and ever. Amen. Bro, what?
That's fire, dog.
So I'm saying like it's all connected because of like the history of humanity and where we were.
And then one tattoo I got. Oh, this is a representation of all the chakras. I've had this since 2011. This is why beautiful. I say I am the way I am. I literally fucking am a full soul believer of the 7 chakras in order to meditate or to achieve yourself higher. Although I go through mental things, sporadicness, everybody does. Nobody's perfect. That's why they say certain things they do in religious terms or religious aspects, because certain people are held at this degree. And the Hebrews, it makes more sense. So if they went into the future, that would make sense why they would know certain knowledge of things that we don't know, because it's not that they saw prophecies, it's not that they saw spirits, but they went into the future. They got little hints. So what if they did like DMT, bro?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit. Like that's a good fucking point, man. But have you known about this connection with the chakras and the Christianity?
No, I did not. But
I'm glad I blessed you with that. But have you let me bring this back to something else, which might even blow your mind even more. The missing years of Christ. Where did Christ go after he was a boy? Was he just a carpenter? He was stated as being a carpenter. But the theory is that he went to the east and learned he went to Tibet, he went to Nepal, he went to China, he went to India. He learned these beautiful philosophies and religions and then went back and brought them and mixed it with Judaism.
Damn, bro.
What's up?
I know, like when you said when he left, what do you mean when he left?
Well, the theory is that he left. I'm saying, like, there's a theory that he left, and there's a book about it. I can send you the PDF if you want. But.
He left and came back. All right, so that is the basis. Exactly, that is the truth, because God told Jesus to go spread the word of his truth to all the people of the world. So he went to every city, every country, every land. By the time he was 33, he had been to every part of this earth. That's what it states, at least. Or our belief system can't believe that, but it just is like like religion and spirituality, like that whole Judaism and 7 chakra thing just bridged a whole different scenario into my brain, bro. Because I got the Nirvana symbol and I don't even have a cross on my body.
Yeah, like, shit, man.
So, like, you got to think about that shit for a second. I got baptized as a Mormon 13. You'd think I'd have some type of Mormon CTR, choose the right, WWJD. Nah, I got something on a complete different spectrum, because like Buddhism and Hinduism, there are positive aspects of the balance of what the positive is. So you're living in the here and the now rather than what you're depending on you're suffering from. So if people have anxiety, depression, disorders, things like that, of that nature, those are all things that are of the flesh. And if you're in the soul matter of spirituality, you should not be affected by things of the flesh because you're in the soul factor. If you're in the soul factor, that's why Freemasonry, they have 2 columns. You have 2 columns that represent subconscious and conscious. That's why there's an arch that bridges the gap. That's literally what it is.
Well, I want to ask, like, what do you think of the connection between Freemasonry and Satanism? Do you think that's like a myth, or do you think that's real?
Nah, I don't think it's real, because in order to join Freemasonry, I know this for fact, because here in Lake Havasu City, if you were to join a Freemason lodge, it takes one to know one. So you have to have a Freemason say he wants to join, and that's how you get into the clanmanship. So I said, I already know what it takes to join. What you do is you go into a reflection table. And if you look in Tabernacle by Royce the 5'9", the song Tabernacle, that is the hardest shit I've ever fucking heard. And I listen to that on a religious daily basis. But in the beginning of that, he is sitting at the same exact table that is presented to you as a Freemason. You're given a skull, a human skull on the table, and 3 different chemicals, mercury, sodium, and another component. And those are the components that create something out of nothing. Because you have to understand that you can create something out of nothing. That is the whole point of Freemasonry. Like, you're alchemy, you're an alchemist. You're creating gold from coal. And so if you could reflect why you want to determine yourself as a scholar, as a free learner, as an understander, as a knowledge seeker, through the light of the beholder, through the eye of providence, than it is to become a Freemason. And a Freemason is just like a degree. It's like a decree, like a fraternity and a college frat house, but it's for like adult grown men. So people like me, if I'm like struggling or something like that, then it will teach you to become a better person, but you have to go through the same thing fraternities go through, which is hazing, breaking down the person, literally threaten them with their lives, and anything that they do or say in those temples of ordinances will be literally slaughtered and taken full punishment by the government system, and literally respecting those terms.
Have you heard of the theory that that there is a religion hidden in a fraternity?
Well, yeah, but that's with everything. There's a religion hidden in the underground hip hop. There's a religion hidden in rock and roll. Like, there's a religion in everything. But Freemasonry, nah, I don't think they're sacrificing souls. Nah, I don't think they're taking blood for innocent kids. I don't think they're taking adrenochrome from the people that are feared, like in Monsters, Inc. I mean, I think that could be all prevalent to things that could happen, like Jeff Epstein did not kill himself type shit. You know what I'm saying? But the shit that fucking has happened with the Freemasonry is like it's in our dollar bills, it's in our money. So if it's planted and then integrated in a system that has already been relevant for 300 years, you think it's going to be Satanism? I don't think so, because it says trust in God. But Luciferian is not what people think. Luciferian is like, I can believe in this and I can believe in that. It's not something, if I'm going to believe in this, I'm definitely going to hell. Hell and heaven is just something that is of the mind. And for somebody to tell me that I'm going to go to hell for believing this way is fucking malarkey, because it's not what they want. It's what I choose to believe in this life. Because when I die, it's literally what I perceive. When you die, it's what you perceive. When they die, it's what they perceive. So for me to say something's Luciferian, I wouldn't know the difference between Luciferian and angelic, because it is a different meaning from all different aspects of all points of life. Luciferianism is just the understanding that it is the anointing light. It's literally bringing light to the darkness. So what you're doing is you're acknowledging that there's a lot of darkness in this world and there's not a lot of light that's brought into it. And Satanism and Luciferian, they know a right from wrong. They know not to commit murder and know to protect their people. And if you look it up, their law is, if you literally see something being done that's bad, such as murder, rape, stealing of other people's property, anything of that nature, you're supposed to stop it. If you ask me, they're pretty righteous. If you ask me, that's what I'm saying. Like, no matter what people say Satanism or this or Luciferian is, it's based upon what the eye of the beholder is. And that's why there's an eye in a pyramid on the back of a dollar bill, because the eye of the beholder is the eye in the pyramid. That's the eye of the beholder, and it's you. You are the eye of the beholder. It's literally how you perceive it. And so
shit. Well, I mean, I gotta get what you're saying. I think that's gonna help me, because I'm reading occult literature right now. I'm getting into that.
Let me do something. I got $1. Hold on. I got $1. My name's Buckwheat. Yeah. No, I'm just playing.
I got $1. I got $1. Shit. That shit's a classic.
Oh, shit. All right. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm nicknamed, because I have no idea why I'm nicknamed that, but this is what my boss calls me at work. He's like, oh, yeah, fucking, I don't even know why. It sounds intense, but it's not. Not what everybody thinks. All right, so what you do is you take a dollar bill. All right, check it. Everybody knows the Twin Towers and $20 bill. Yesterday was 9/11. 9 plus 11 is what?
21.
It's
I'm just
20.
playing. It's 20.
So you take that $20 bill and you fold it up, and it's everything that happened on 9/11 on that bill. But it's just a coincidence, because that's what the government wants you to think.
Okay. So if you're saying that Freemasonry is not a satanic organization, then what is a satanic organization? Or what is the evil organization that we are against?
I am against corporations and people that are individualizing other people in order to gain what they are lacking in life. So the music industry is one of them. The music industry will fuck you over and not give you your rights as a privileged artist. In the underground, like in Matt's creative collective, you have the right, to create whatever you want. And then it's like, there's no like logic of what you're creating. But with the industry, they have a distribution point, they have a sales point, they have a place to put your music, they have a place to sell your music, they have a place to stream your music, they have a place to put it, they have a place to put it on commercials, etc. You literally have a way to outburst your shit. That's like the agenda of badness. The whole agenda of punk rock music is against what that is, exactly. And in the 60s and the 60s and the 70s is literally why I celebrate underground music so much today in this day, because they were understanding of what I understand. And I understand that the corporations are out there just to make their money, and they're trying to understand the consumer. So they'll make exactly what the consumer wants based upon what's going on in life. So right now it's like tragic shit, sad shit, anxiety, disasters, accidents, shit of like love, all that shit's like popping right now because that's exactly what's going on in this world. But with the underground, you have literal individual perceptions of what this world is, and you have like such a degree of differentness, and it's not all logistic into the same category, and everybody's different and sporadic. But say like the governments, the education systems, because the government agencies today want to have us be supported by them because they don't want us to give us our rights and our amendments. And our rights and our amendments are being taken away. That's why I'm wearing this mask, because I'm not vaccinated. Do I want to get a vaccination? No, I don't. Is that going to stop anybody else from getting it? I don't care. Is it going to prevent me from living? No, because in my amendments, I have the right to deny any medical component that is against what my religious belief. So my religious and spiritual belief is not to get vaccinated by a poisonous substance I have no knowledge about. That's exactly what that is. They don't want you to understand that you have that right to say no. They cannot mandate anything such as that.
But let me tell you. So Charlie XCX, did you see that post I made about Charlie?
No, I have not.
So she posted on her Instagram a picture of her, and the caption was "baby's blood." And then all these celebrities were like, "My favorite drink" in the comment section. and then she did another post, and it's like she has like a lock panty over her vagina and some shit, and it's like, tip for new artists, just say yes. And then another post that says, tip for new artists to join the music industry is like, sell your soul. Tip. And then another one was like, about to be on Demon Time or something. I don't know, just some fucking weird shit. And I don't think she should be saying that. I think that's like, she can say that, you know what I'm saying? But is that good advice? No.
No, because it's like she's putting propaganda, like what do you call it? She's putting basically a prop against herself to make her look like, hey, I'm fucking famous and check this shit out. In order for you to get where I'm at, you got to go through the crossroads like that dude from the Blues back in the day.
Yeah, come on now. Like these
yeah.
That's just kind of fucked. Like that
it's
people
just,
like it's so like rubbing it. It's so casual too, bro.
It is.
Very
Here, I'm gonna do this dollar bill thing real quick.
Yeah.
All right. So what you have here is the eye of the beholder, which is a representation of you. And so this pyramid is something that's getting built on a daily basis. And it's uncompleted because it's always getting built. And that's the separation of conscious and ego, because it's enlightened. This knows more than this does. This is your base. Your freaking top knows more than what your bottom knows, but as above, so below. So it's all connected. So with this, what you do is you draw a 6-pointed star. So you go from the A to the S.
Was the 6-point star the Judaism symbol? Or am I tripping?
Yeah, 6-point, I mean. Then you go to the O.
This shit's fucking beautiful, dog. No. Fuck, man. That's right. Insane.
So, what are these? So you got right here. You got all points, all 5 points point to 5 letters. So it's M, A, S, O, N.
Bro, what the fuck?
If that's not coincidence, I don't know what is. So with the Freemasonry, you have an owl, and it's also referred as Baphomet, or however you want to describe it. So you go flip this over, and people say it's a spider, but it's really an owl. You go all the way right here. It's literally in between the one and the thing right here. This is an owl. It's literally Baphomet. This thing right here.
So like, what do you think about like? What do you think about like Drake promoting owl imagery?
Yes, that is exactly what it is. That is the same owl that Drake uses in his October. It's just like I said, they're a part of the corporations and the things that move this world. Money moves this world, especially the United States dollar, because a lot of currency is based upon this dollar, and if it's any less, then it's weaker than what the United States represents. So it's like a form of weakness. I don't know, currency. It's like it's the currency. So it's like currently this is the C of the currency. Get it? So this is the motion of water, and we're just constantly putting it into motion. Currency.
Yeah, we're just like dropping boats, or we're dropping like, you know what I mean? Like we're just like we're dropping waves. We're starting waves by like making money or some shit. Like yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so for this one, you have an aliens that you can make out of this. So what you do is do this. Hold up. Man, this is hard. All right, so you fold it long ways. So long ways, just like this. And then you kind of bring it back like when you're doing your twin towers on a $20 bill. Oh, I did it backwards. Let me do it the other way. Hold up. Damn, that sounded like Cripple Crapple.
Cripple Crapple.
So this is like something I'm trying to look into because it resembles what the Freemasonry symbol is, but it matches the star after you draw the star.
What the oh shit.
I lost you on my headphone. What'd you say?
I said, oh shit.
Yeah, so you make different little shapes and different little meanings of it. Did you see the Osama spelled out on the $20 bill?
No.
All right, check this shit out. So what you do, you take from the backside.
Have you heard of the rule in like the Illuminati that the rule is that you have to show what you're about to do? And that's why they do all this shit, is that it's like a rule.
Yeah, it's because that's in magic. You can't put somebody to your magic unless you're showing them what you're doing first off. So like they'll fucking they gotta like put it in commercials and they gotta like put it in money. So this is like the first form that they put it in. One-handed shit right here. All right, so this is the O for the Osama. And you take this O and you bring it all the way to this S. Sorry. Look. All right, so OS. Then this S goes to this A. Then this A goes to this M. Then this M goes to this A. What does that spell? Osama. So let me fold this real quick. This shit's crazy.
Yeah.
This is like the mind blower of the century right here, if nobody's seen this.
I might have heard the 9/11 one, but I didn't hear the Osama one. That's just whack.
But Osama is an ex-CIA agent from back in the day.
But you know that I'm gonna play a clip from Alex Jones that happened that he said like July 2001, and he was basically just calling everything out beforehand.
Yeah, I'm prisonplanet.com.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, almost there.
The point is,
On my last fold.
if any terrorism comes, it's from this government. And if there was an outside threat like a bin Laden, who was a known CIA asset in the 80s, running the Mujahideen war, and whose family builds all the military bases over in Saudi Arabia right now, and sits on the board of Iridium Satellite. He's the boogeyman they need in this Orwellian phony system. I want the White House numbers up there now. A big part of this solution, after you research all the government terrorists.
Yo, what the fuck? Dude.
I ain't even bullshitting you, dog. It's there.
Fucking spooky, bro. Fucking spooky.
Let me.
Well, the Alex Jones, he said all that shit that I just showed you. He said that like July 25th, 2001. He said Osama's the boogeyman that they need.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why he got taken down, because he was speaking too much truth right when they did the election.
Well, you know what?
Because
you know what they had in. You know what book they found in his pile in his where he was hiding out. You know what book they found?
No.
They found 13 bloodlines of the Illuminati.
Oh, nice.
That was in his possession. So shouts out to Bin Laden. He's probably still out there. He's probably in Cuba with Tupac. But bro, I gotta go to work. This was a good little quick podcast. This shit was beautiful.
Here we go. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Take a screenshot of that shit.
I will. That'll be the thumbnail, bro.
Hell yeah, bro.
Alright, I'm gonna stop recording in a second, but link in the description to check out his music and Instagram, and peace.